girls, good day, and how are you doing? I hope you're fine and staying safe at home. I've missed you all, and I hope to see you very soon. My name is Ernest Emmanuel, and I'll be taking you on today's lesson. But before we move on, I would like you to be ready for the next picture you'll be seeing. I hope it's not going to be scary. All right, are we set? Let's go. Oh, scary. All right, I'd like you to take a very close look and observation of these two pictures, animal A and animal B. Now, what do you think these animals are? Are they same or are they different? Now, I'd like you to think. Look. All right. Animal A is what? And animal B is what? All right, I'm not going to give you the answer. You are going to provide the answer after, I believe after this lesson, you'll be able to provide the answer correctly, okay? But observe. All right. Now, let us move on. This will lead us to what? This will lead us to reading comprehension. At the end of this lesson, you will learn to do the following. You learn to define reading comprehension, learn to differentiate alligators from crocodiles, and you will learn to answer the comprehension passage. All right. Now, what do you think is reading comprehension? Can you tell anybody that is with you there what reading comprehension is? Are you sure? Try. All right. Let us go into the business of the day, okay? What is reading comprehension? Reading comprehension is simply the intentional, planned reading of a piece of writing so as to fully understand the meaning and the main point of a piece of writing. Keyword, intentional and understand. Now, when you have made up your mind that what you're about to read is for you to understand what it's all about, you are already engaging yourself in the process of what? Reading comprehension. As simple as that. That is what reading comprehension is. So when you read anything at all, in order to understand, you are engaging yourself in the word activity of reading comprehension. There is no two ways about what it is. All right, I believe you've understood that. We said it is what? The intentional, that is planned reading of a piece of writing so as to fully understand the meaning and main point of a piece of writing. Are we together? So, does that mean that, should I say, when you're walking on the street and you see a signboard, a very big billboard, and something is written on it and you read, are you engaging yourself in the process of reading comprehension? Yes, of course you are, because you looked at it, you something caught your attention, and that is why you are reading it, probably to understand what it's all about. Of course, it is. You've engaged yourself in the activity of reading comprehension. Are we together? So anything at all that you see and you have interest in, and you want, your mind has been, should I say, made up to have an understanding of what it is. It doesn't mean that it must be lengthy. It doesn't mean that it must be a very big book. So long as it is something, even if it's just few words, so long as you want to read those words to understand what they mean, you are already involved in the activity of what? Reading comprehension. Okay, let us move on. What should I do when reading? Right? What should I do when reading? Okay, if teacher NS gives us an assignment, probably to go and read what's the name of this the Wizard of Law. Yes, the Wizard of Law. What should I do when reading? Should I just read so that the story will be interesting, or how can I be sure that I'm doing the right thing? Well, during reading, always first monitor. That is, look at your passage very well, especially if it carries pictures. Yes, always look at your passage very well, especially if it carries pictures. Those pictures will help you. They will serve as an aid, a guide for you to understand what probably is being written, what the story is all about, or what that particular text close to the picture is about. Now, the picture will also help you to carry some messages that maybe will not be contained in what? In the text. So when you, before you begin reading, if it has pictures, look at your passage very well, especially if it carries pictures. Those pictures will help you to do one. They will also help pass a message. I believe you can remember in our last comprehension passage, we read what? The magnificent cave. If you remember the magnificent cave, it has what? It has the cowboy on his horse. Can you remember? Then he's in the desert, and then we have the what? The bats in the blue sky. You can remember that. Then we could also see the cave. I believe we can remember all this. So those pictures helped us. If those pictures helped us to really have a clearer understanding of what the passage is about. Then secondly, during reading, always clarify. What does it mean to clarify? Study the pictures very well to see if it makes sense. Angels, pictures always help us in understanding a text. Okay, if a passage carries a picture, if we look at those pictures carefully, they help clarify. They help us have a better picture, or should I say a better understanding. Yes, a better understanding of what that passage is about. Now, when reading, also ask yourself these questions. Let us go to the third one. Does this make sense? When you read something and it doesn't make sense, then you have not read. Do you understand? You have not read. It means you need to what? Go back again. Now, another thing you need to do is ask yourself, have I learned what I need to learn? Don't forget we said from the beginning, for you to read, it means you want to understand. So if you have read and you feel the message has not been, has not sunk into you, you understand? It has not sunk into you. It means that you have not learned what you need to learn. So always ask yourself, after reading something, have I learned what I need to learn? Then next, if you don't understand, we read to clarify. We read to do what? Clarify. Don't always rush in reading a passage or anything once and then you are comfortable. No. Read and read again to clarify, to understand. Let it make sense before you be what? Before you be satisfied. And finally, look at the pictures. Yes. If what you are reading has pictures, look at it very well and relate it to what has been written. It will help you in what? Comprehending, understanding what that is all about. Have we gotten all this? Yes. All right. Let us move on. Now, before you read, what strategies can I use? You will now begin to say, me, I don't know how to begin to read this thing. This thing is too much. This thing is using too much English. What strategies can you use? First, make connections. Make connections. That is, identify new information and relate to what you already know. Now, anytime you are reading, if you identify new information, ask yourself, this information, have I heard it somewhere? Have I seen it somewhere? It's like I'm familiar with this information. It's like I'm familiar with this information. I think I know this information. Now, you're relating with what you already know with that, to that information will help you have a better understanding of what you are reading. Second strategy that you can use is retelling. Describe the important part of the story in your own words. Now, after you have read, always try to describe in your own words. Explain to your own self what the passage or what that story is about. But most importantly, the important areas. You understand? What is the passage talking about? What are the most important aspects that the passage or the story is talking about? And always do this in your own words. It will help you to comprehend, that is to understand that story. Thirdly, another strategy to use when reading is to ask questions. Ask yourself questions on certain words, facts, or statements mentioned in the text. If you're doing a personal study, personal reading, always you keep your dictionary by your side. You understand? When you come across certain words, write them down. You understand? With time, you check them up in the dictionary. I tell you, you will better understand that passage than another person who did not check up on some certain new words. Also, facts or statements mentioned in the text. Ask yourself questions. What are all these things about? Okay, when you find out some words, the meaning, it will help you to To give you answer to why the writer or the author used it in that particular way. And by so doing, you are You are comprehending, you are understanding what the author is explaining or expressing. Another strategy, a final strategy is make predictions. Think ahead of the story as you read. Yes, think ahead of the story as you read. Just be seeing the story unfolding ahead. How do you do that? Anytime you're reading, okay, anytime you're reading, as you begin to read, begin to unfold what is okay. This passage is about a man who went to the cave. Okay, what will happen in the cave? Will something get him in the cave? Will he find something in the cave? Okay, he has found something. Okay, will he sell it? Be giving yourselves answers to what you think the text will proffer. That is what you think the text will give you as you read. So always think ahead of the story as you read. It will help you to better understand a passage or story, as the case may be. I believe we've understood what strategies what's the strategies that can be used in reading comprehension, how they can function, and how well they can express to better our understanding. All right, let us look at the next. Now, this is a passage. I would like us to read this passage together. And don't forget, try to apply the rules, the strategies, connect to what we're going to see here. Okay, are we set? Let us start the passage. 3, 2, 1, let's go. People often confuse alligators and crocodiles. Alligators and crocodiles are both reptiles. They both live in water and they both have sharp teeth. Crocodiles live in salt water. They have special glands on their tongues to get rid of the extra salt. Alligators don't have these glands, so they live in fresh water. Alligators have wide U-shaped snouts. A crocodile's snout is longer and more pointed, like a V. Also, crocodiles have teeth on their lower jaws that stick out. You can see them even when the crocodile's mouth is closed. Alligators, on the other hand, do not have any teeth that stick out. Hmm. Now, we can see animal A and animal B. I believe from the story already we know that there is an alligator and there is a crocodile. But what we don't know and what I will not tell you is what animal A is and what animal B is, because that is what you're going to find out. And that is why we are doing reading comprehension. Now the picture has been provided, isn't it? The picture has been provided. So I would like you to read this passage again. If you don't understand, read it over. And as you do that, then you answer, you attempt this. You attempt this. Now, what do alligators and crocodiles have in common, according to the passage? How are alligators and crocodiles different? Which text structure did the author use? A. Description. B. Cause and effect. C. Compare and contrast. D. Problem and solution. Now, I would like you to attempt this and let me get your feedback. Please just follow the rules. Observe these pictures. You can do it by yourself, okay? And read the passage again and again if you don't understand. Check up words that you think are too complex for you in the dictionary, and I bet you'll be surprised at what you will do by yourself. Okay, do this, attempt this by yourself, please. Now, the last question. Name the animals labeled A and B. Give 2 reasons each for your answers. So what do you think is animal A? Is it a crocodile or an alligator? What do you think is animal B? Is it a crocodile or an alligator? So read the passage again. It will help you to take your time and observe these 2 animals to differentiate which is which. And when you follow the strategies and the rules of reading comprehension, especially now that you've been provided with pictures, I bet you would get it right. All right, I hope this lesson has been beneficial, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. Thank you, and let's call it a day.